Well, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Back, good to go? What a beautiful morning. This is an amazing day for such an exciting event, and thank you all for joining me. My name is Stephen Abbott, and I'm proud to be the president of the Board of Directors for Habitat for Humanity of the Peninsula and Greater Williamsburg. Thank you all for joining us today, and I'd like to give an especially warm welcome to our building partners, Newport News Shipbuilding and Bayport Credit Union. Can I please get a round of applause for these folks? Both are longtime partners and supporters of this organization, and we are so grateful for that, so thank you all. We always begin with a blessing, and we're honored to have the Reverend Dr. Reginald Woodhouse, pastor of First Baptist Church at Jefferson Park, with us this morning. And they'll come up, offer a blessing, so wherever you are, I'm sorry, I didn't see you come in. Thank you, Reverend.
All right. Good morning. Let us pray. Our Father and our God, we thank you, Lord, for your loving kindness and for your tender mercy. We thank you because you have been so good and so kind to us. For this is a new day that has come upon us, and we ask for your presence with us as we begin this new day. We ask for your continued grace and your continued mercy. We ask for your special presence, and we know that none of this would be possible without those who have special gifts and special talents. They carried out this mandate with love in their hearts for others, and thanking you today for Habitat for Humanity. We ask that you will bless them and bless those, oh God, who they are a blessing to. Because of them, there will be those who will have a smile on their face, new homes that they can have for shelter, and then they can live more prosperous lives, realizing, oh God, that someone has taken the time to think about them in a way that is beneficial. And so we ask that as we gather together today, as we celebrate this great occasion, that you will be pleased with everything that has been done. Bless us individually and collectively is our prayer, for it is in the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Woodhouse. That was wonderful. I'm honored to turn the program over to Janet Green, the longtime and outstanding CEO of this amazing organization. Janet, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen and Board of Directors, for everything you guys do. You are fantastic. We appreciate it. What a glorious day God has made. And I'm going to credit the shipyard for this beautiful weather. So thank you very much. Normally at this time, I like to introduce you to the families who these homes will be built with. Notice I didn't say for, because everything Habitat does is a partnership with our families. However, we received over 250 applications this last round, and the Family Selection Committee and the staff have been working hard. The two homeowners for these houses are here today, but they haven't been officially finished with their sweat equity hours. So we have asked LaShawn Coleman, a Habitat homeowner in 2016, as well as a shipyard employee, to talk to us about being a Habitat homeowner and a partner with the shipyard. LaShawn.
Thank you, Ms. Janet, for the warm welcome. So because this is such an emotional time, every time I talk about my home and the partnership with Habitat for Humanity, it's so much that I can say, but I'm only given a short window of time, and I do want to respect that. So I got some talking points that I'm going to touch on. I first want to acknowledge the city council members who are here, Mayor Price, Congressman Bobby Scott, Delegate Marcia Price, and everyone else on the city council. I'd also like to acknowledge the president, the awesome president of Newport News Shipbuilding, President Jennifer Boykin, to my director, Dr. Letitia McCain of the Apprentice School. I'm so honored to stand before you all today. I do not take this opportunity lightly. It is a blessing to stand before you today as a proud Habitat for Humanity homeowner and as a proud employee of Newport News Shipbuilding, the greatest shipyard there is. So the shipyard sponsors homes in partnership with Habitat for Humanity, and my home was number 13. My home was built in 2016 in Newport News near Christopher Newport University. Such an awesome time. My family and I are enjoying the home. Even though it was built in 2016, we're still enjoying it today. I'm still in awe sometimes, even when I drive up to my property and see the beauty of my home. And to know that there were individuals who not only sponsored this house to be built, but the employees humbled themselves enough to come and stand beside me and help me to build my home. That's very special. And that keeps me humble. And that is something that I can reflect on for the rest of my life. So I'm so grateful for that. My home has 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a covered front porch, a deck, a storage shed, and the open floor plan that I prayed for and dreamed of. In addition to that, I have an affordable, and I stress affordable, interest-free 25-year mortgage. That's huge. That's huge. Prior to purchasing my home, my 2 children and I, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. And you know just as well as I do that apartment renting is very, very expensive. And of course it increases as you know, each year. It was very difficult. I have a special needs child that I take care of, and it has its own challenges. So having to struggle to pay rent, I had to make decisions. Am I gonna pay rent or am I gonna buy groceries for the house? I was working part-time and pursuing a college degree so that I could better myself and be in a better position to live comfortably for my children and I. So I'm grateful today that I can boldly say that not only am I a Habitat homeowner, but I can afford to live in my home very comfortably. My son had a rocking chair donated to him. He sit on the front porch and rocking his chair. And it just brings tears to my eyes because we couldn't do that in the apartment complex because the neighborhood wasn't as great. So it was very tough. But I always dreamed of owning my own home. So I took a leap of faith and I went to Ross Department Store. I love Ross, by the way. Went to Ross Department Store and purchased a $7 welcome mat. And that welcome mat represented what I dreamed. And I held on to that welcome mat for 2 years. And I learned about this great opportunity with Habitat for Humanity when I worked for Christopher Newport University as an HR analyst. So again, I'm so thankful today to be here. Now I get an opportunity to pay it forward for someone else. I get to pay a mortgage that will help build other homes for individuals. I get an opportunity to work for an organization that has the community mindset that I have, that supports the community and does not mind doing so. And more so, I get an opportunity to help individuals start careers in shipbuilding. For that, I get the opportunity. I'm not dreading going to work ever because I get an opportunity to make a difference every day in the lives of men and women, young and a little bit more seasoned. I'm not gonna say old. So again, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's so much more to say. Again, congratulations to the new owners. I do support the new owners going to events, ribbon cutting ceremonies. I made a vow that I would continue to do that. So again, thank you, President Boykin, Ms. Janet, Newport News, everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Beautiful. LaShawn is as beautiful inside as she is outside. We had the honor of meeting President Boykin about a week, 10 days ago, and then she spoke in front of about 25 of the vice presidents at Brian Field's invitation, and she gets us every single time. As LaShawn said, she is paying an affordable monthly mortgage back to our Habitat, and we use those funds to pay it even forward to build more houses like these. There are a bunch of Habitat homeowners here. Will you all please stand and wave? And some of you, Celestine, are standing already. There we go, look. Thank you all. We couldn't do it without you either. Habitat can't build these homes without great partnerships at the federal, state, and local level. We are honored to have Congressman Bobby Scott with us today. Congressman, he comes to as many of our events, and then I see him all the time at other events, and he said, why not? So, Congressman, thank you so much for being here. Please honor us.
Thank you. Thank you, Janet, for all of your hard work and for Habitat that you do for Habitat for Humanity. Steve Abbott, thank you for board chairmanship. Janet Boykins at Shipyard and Jim Mears at Bayport, all of the elected officials and friends of Habitat for Humanity, good morning. This is the Newport News Shipbuilding has built a lot of homes. I believe this is the 20th and 21st home constructed by the partnership with Newport News Shipyard. Habitat for Humanity has been around since on the peninsula since 1986, and they've renovated or built 200 homes for our community. And I think it's an organization that builds, when you think of the organization, it builds houses not just for the individual, but helps build our community. We've all heard the story about the young child who was walking up and down the beach, picking up starfish and throwing them back in the water. Somebody walked by and said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm saving the starfish." And he says, "Well, what you doing isn't going to make any difference at all. Look at all the starfish up and down the beach." And he picked up another starfish, threw that back in safely into the water, and looked back up and said, "I think I made a difference to that one." And so we're making a big difference. We're making a big difference to the homeowners and to our community. And we know that home ownership makes a difference. Most middle-class families have most of their wealth in the equity in their home. And that gives them opportunities that others don't have. It gives them a cushion when things happen like unemployment. It gives them an opportunity to make investments or to invest in themselves in education. And we've heard from Ms. Coleman about how it transformed her life. But it also improves the economy, because as home ownership goes up, actually the crime rate goes down. Things like that, because they're more committed to the community. And these homes have been built thanks to a strong partnership between Habitat and Newport News Shipbuilding using 3D printing technology. In Congress, I serve as co-chair of the Bipartisan Modeling and Simulation Caucus, where we advocate for utilizing modeling simulation technology to benefit our nation in terms of science, national defense, healthcare, disaster planning, education, and now, as we can see, in housing. Today, Newport News Shipbuilding has been an industry leader in modeling and simulation, building ships, and it's great to see Habitat leveraging this new technology for the betterment of families in our community. So again, I want to thank Bayport, Newport News Shipbuilding, and Habitat for Humanity for bettering our community in Hampton Roads. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Congressman. You are a tribute to our area, and we are just so thrilled. Mayor Price is also no stranger to our events, and we are so honored to have him here with other members of the City Council. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, ma'am. And good morning.
Morning.
I am honored to join you here at this historic day in the city, and I just want to point out our Vice Mayor's here. Dr. Cherry is here. She's not seen the other members of council. Today we break ground on the 20th and 21st Habitat homes sponsored by Huntington, Ingalls Industries, Newport News Shipbuilding, and Bayport Credit Union. And if it wasn't historic enough, these are the first Habitat homes in Newport News that are going to be built with 3D printing technology, and I'm still trying to get my head around that process. But Huntington Ingalls is a leader in global defense and technology, so it's incredibly fitting that these homes are being constructed using cutting-edge technology and innovative new practices. And Bayport Credit Union is a community leader known for investing in people and strengthening communities, and it's exciting to have them as a Habitat partner as well. Newport News is making significant strides in affordable housing. Transformation and investment are taking place from one end of the city to the other, particularly in our southeast community. In 2019, as you know, we received a $30 million grant from HUD as part of their Choice Neighborhoods initiative. This once thriving part of our city is being revitalized. And our beautiful new multifamily apartment buildings on Jefferson Avenue are almost complete, and I hope you drive by and take a look at them. Later today, we will break ground on phase 2 of our CNI project, which includes additional multifamily apartment buildings and with retail spaces, townhomes, single-family home sites, a health and wellness trail, parks, and what I'm really excited about also is an early childhood center for children from 6 weeks of age to 4 years of age. We are taking a holistic approach, a coming together of partners, resources, and residents, all committed to transforming the narrative of this community. Habitat for Humanity and partners like Newport News Shipbuilding and Bayport are important parts of the transformation of our community. Housing is an essential part of our nation's infrastructure, and we must leverage the innovation, creativity, and dedication of these partners, as well as countless others, to ensure residents of all ages and backgrounds have access to homes and the resources they need to thrive. The transformation that is taking place in our city is strategic, from streetscapes and an innovation and opportunity center to affordable and market rate housing and co-working spaces. Our efforts are centered around empowering and uplifting residents. And I can't think of anything that creates community and neighborhoods pride more than owning a home. I look forward to the many ways in which today's Habitat home buyers continue to enhance our city and inspire those around them. So I want to thank you once again for Newport News Shipbuilding and Bayport Credit Union for sponsoring these 3D homes and for the significant investments you make in our city and the lives of our residents. Thank you to those who have gathered here today for being part of the change in our great city. And I look forward to seeing many of you at 2 o'clock this afternoon as we break ground down the street here on even more affordable housing options in Newport News. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you. I'm going to switch it up, Senator, if you're okay. Karen Wilds is the Executive Director of Newport News Redevelopment and Housing. And as the mayor said, that Choice Neighborhood Initiatives and HUD are here this afternoon, delayed from Hurricane Ian from last week. So Karen needs to dash, as do some of the other people. That's why I'm kind of going a little faster. But Karen, thank you. She will explain about these 2 pieces of land and other land. Thank you.
Janet, thank you so very much, and thank you, Senator Locke, for giving me a little bit of an early slot here. I really appreciate it. So I think it would be fair to say that this Habitat chapter is the most innovative and forward-thinking Habitat chapter in the United States, maybe all across the country. I had the opportunity to go up and see the 3D printed house that was done in James City County, and I'm thrilled that Vaughn Poller, who was the housing administrator in James City, is here with us. I know there was a lot of lessons learned up there, but I would invite you back to take a look and take a peek when the process is underway, because it is intriguing. And it took me a while to get my head around the concept until I saw it happening. So this is so exciting. I'm thrilled that the shipyard continues to be such a great corporate neighbor as Bayport. And I'm thrilled that we have a former purchaser of a Habitat house here. I was at that groundbreaking as well and met your son. And this just was very heartwarming. Your remarks were wonderful. So I want to give congratulations to the 2 families that will be buying these 2 homes. I know they're here in the crowd somewhere, but the Redevelopment and Housing Authority, I think, has donated probably 95% of the lots in Newport News that Habitat builds on. There may be an exception. And also through the city and the Housing Authority's Home Investment Partnership Program, there's a cash award made to each house to assist with materials. As you know, there are some great other partners here in Newport News who contribute, Ferguson Corporation and Custom Vinyl Products, just continue to support Habitat's activities all over the peninsula. So I want to thank them for being such a great partner with the City of Newport News, the new Redevelopment and Housing Authority, in revitalizing neighborhoods. So thank you, Janet, and thanks to all your staff for the great job you do.
Thank you, Karen. Senator Mamie Locke comes to as many of our events, whether she's got a broken foot or in a boot with the last time. But thank you for your support of Habitat, please.
Thank you so much, Janet, and thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate the opportunity. And I've seen 3D Housing, Virginia Housing has done this technology up in Richmond. So it's a pleasure for me to join you here today, and thank you to Newport News Shipbuilding and to Bayport for your good work. And I was at a meeting recently where someone asked a question about, I don't even understand what affordable housing means. What does that even mean? And thank you, Ms. Coleman, for telling everyone here what affordable means. And affordable is exactly what you've talked about here today. Giving someone the ability to afford a forever home, some place to live. And I heard Governor Northam once say that having someone have the ability to have a roof over their head is what we are capable of doing. And if we are able to do that, that is important. The ability to give someone a roof over their head. And that is what Habitat for Humanity, in partnership with all of you, has been able to do for so many years. And I want to thank you, Janet, and everyone at Habitat for doing that for Ms. Coleman and so many other homeowners who are here in our audience today. So thank you so very much for doing that, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you today. As a member of the Virginia Housing Commission, I see it so often with individuals. I had the opportunity to sit in court about 3 weeks ago, and it was eviction court. And that was a sad day to see so many people come through to face a judge and be evicted from their homes. So, but that is not what we're here about today. We're here about building homes and giving people an opportunity to own their home and to do so in an affordable way. So thank you all for being able to allow individuals that ability. So thank you so very much, Janet, and everyone.
Senator, thank you very much. It is now my personal pleasure to introduce you to a friend, a Habitat board member, and a member of Virginia's 95th District in the House of Representatives, Marcia Sia Price. Thank you.
Good morning. I do have some prepared remarks, but I would be remiss if I didn't just point out a connection of three of us here in the front. For local, state, and federal government representatives, we are a family that believes in affordable housing. And I love my congressman, but I do want to thank my mayor for his 12 and a half years as mayor and prioritizing the programs and the projects that he listed, and just really thank you for what you've done to pour into your community where you were born and raised. And I would ask that as his last groundbreaking as mayor that we do show him some appreciation. And he hates when I do that, but please, thank you. Thank y'all. But good morning. I am so happy to welcome you to the current 95th District for this important and exciting event. Last year, we celebrated what was an internationally trailblazing event with the first 3D printed home and, of course, the first by any Habitat for Humanity affiliate. And here we are today breaking ground for 2 more 3D printed homes. And I'm so glad that they'll be in the 95th District and in the city of Newport News. I'm also happy that this is the location for 2 new families to start a new journey. And it is not only newsworthy because of how the homes will be built, but also it's quite impressive that work that goes into making all of this possible. Of course, something this cool doesn't just happen without visionary people with intentionality, dedication, and commitment. I am in awe of the work that our local Habitat for Humanity team does. And as your work grows and expands, y'all just keep getting even better. So thank you to Janet and the entire team for what they do on a daily basis for helping with housing affordability, financial fitness, and expanding the number of families who have somewhere special to call home and to call their own. So if we could also give the entire team at Habitat a hand. And of course, with all of the gratitude we can muster, we have to show our appreciation to Newport News Shipbuilding for number 20 and number 21. And as the news media is here, I'm really glad to see them because more people need to know about the commitment. And we love the photo ops and we love the checks. We do love those checks. But we also appreciate the physical love that you all show by helping to build the homes. And you know, yesterday was World Homeless Day, and it's an opportunity to raise awareness about the issues that can lead folks to being unhoused and the astonishing lack of adequate, affordable housing in our country. To help end homelessness and to help build the world we all deserve, affordable and safe housing is key. I do believe that housing is a human right. So the work that is being done today is helping advance the quality of life of the families we serve and promote housing security to build an even greater sense of community here on the peninsula. All of that to say, thank you for being here. All of the work that you do matters because of all that it means to the families and all of those that are here today gathered. So congratulations to everyone who has had a hand in making this possible, and I look forward to the ribbon cuttings. Thank you.
You are so terrific. I wish you would be just a little more enthusiastic. Oh, wait, okay. Everybody's talked about the 3D printing, and we're going to get to that, but the machine is behind us right now. And in the next 30, 40 days or so, if the city approves the permit so we can actually build, we will be building here, and all of you will be invited to actually watch the 3D printing going on. It actually, God willing, will go fast, and we're very excited, but the machine is behind us right now, and you will all be invited to see it. We did want to acknowledge our in-kind sponsors, Ferguson and Custom Vinyl Products, CVP. Ferguson, national headquarters right here in Newport News, donates all the supplies, rough-ins, plumbing, fixtures to every Habitat home we build, and they've been doing this for 15, 18 years. So my good friend Melissa Hazelwood, Director of Ferguson Cares, will you come on up and talk about Ferguson for a minute? Thank you, Melissa.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning. It is wonderful to be here. It's a bright, shiny day. I'm glad to have the opportunity to represent Ferguson and our 36,000 associates across North America. Ferguson and Habitat are more alike than you probably realize. As Janet mentioned, we're both longtime members of the community. We work with homeowners and builders every day, and we believe everyone should have a decent, affordable place to live. So naturally, this partnership is near and dear to our hearts. But it's more than that for Ferguson. We've been in this community for almost 70 years. We put our roots down, and we grew up as a company right here in Newport News. We want to see it succeed and thrive. These new homes will bring stability and security for 2 families. They will enrich the neighborhood and strengthen everything we know and love about Newport News. Collectively, we will be stronger and one step closer to realizing our shared vision where everyone has a place to call home. Today is a really special day for these two families, and we break ground on their homes. We are also turning the page and starting a new chapter, one that I know they've certainly worked hard for and will continue to work hard for. I think Janet mentioned those 400 sweat equity hours, so they have a lot to go, but Ferguson is immensely proud to be part of your story, and we can't wait to support you throughout your journey towards home ownership. We're grateful to you all, especially Janet and Virginia and the team at Habitat, for sharing our vision and believing that together we can make a meaningful impact. So, on behalf of Ferguson, congratulations.
That was terrific. Denise Vaughn is also here from Ferguson somewhere, yay. And they talked to us about a couple weeks ago about more sustainable products, since this house is going to be so innovative. Ferguson also talked about that, so thank you so much. Custom Vinyl Products, Michael Davenport is Vice President and owner of CVP that does all of the custom windows and doors, again, for every Habitat home we do. We're so honored, Michael. Thank you for your partnership.
It's a pleasure to be here today to represent a company that I believe so much in. I've been in the industry for over 50 years, and I know I don't look like I'm 80, but, well, I'm not really, but I just want to tell you that. It's an honor to be here. My partner and I, Barry Taylor, started this company. We bought it from another person 21 years ago, and the dream of Habitat has grown with us. We are proud and honored to be here today to celebrate this groundbreaking for the next two 3D printed homes. We were a part of the one in Williamsburg. Very exciting. Being in the business for 50 years, I find it very innovative and very honorable to be a part of something like this. We together as a company have provided over 500 million windows in the Hampton Roads area. We believe that it's important to be a part of a team that does something to give back to the community. And we're excited about being a part of this with Greg and the Habitat team for these next two homes. We also believe, like most of you do, that everyone deserves a home to have because, as Mayor said, it builds a community. Community that has homeowners, they like their product, they like their place they live, and they take care of it. And that provides all the other pluses for the community that come along with it. We're working hard to build windows of a high quality that have extensive warranties for these homeowners. And we'd like to congratulate the new owners on behalf of Custom Vinyl Products for well-deserving families and a place that they can be honored for and call home. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Yep, foot.
It's Habitat. We have safe job sites, though, so. It is truly my honor and pleasure now to introduce you to Jennifer Boykin, the sponsor of one of these homes. President Boykin is the sponsor of this 20th home, and it's fitting as she is the shipyard's 20th president. She's here today with Dave Bokar, who is Newport News Shipbuilding Vice President of Engineering and Design, who's the executive sponsor of our 21st home. You know, I don't think anybody here in this crowd needs an introduction to Newport News Shipbuilding. She says no. But they are the largest employer in Virginia, responsible for 25,000 shipbuilders. And usually the sign here says they build the best ships and the best homes. So it's truly an honor. Thank you for 20 and 21 and all the previous sponsors of these homes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning. It's awesome to be here to represent the 25,000 shipbuilders that work right here in Newport News Shipbuilding on this beautiful day. I am honored to be here as an executive sponsor with Dave Bokar for the 20th and 21st house. And I just want to say, you know, we've watched what Habitat for Humanity does, and it is truly an organization that transforms communities, and projects like these are just incredible, and it's exciting to be part of. So you see behind me now 2 vacant lots, And with the craftsmanship that's coming and the ingenuity and the technology that's coming, before we know it, we're going to be transforming this neighborhood, and we'll all see 2 homes behind us. And one of the things that's truly transformative is actually the build plan. When you think about building sort of two houses at once or one right after the other, and the opportunity that it gives everyone to figure things out on the first and take those lessons and knowledge to the second, it's incredible, and it's in and of itself transformative. And the idea that these homes are going to use 3D printed parts, I mean, where else would you find this kind of innovation other than Newport News? So in Newport News, we're using the same kind of 3D printed and additive manufacturing technology as we build aircraft carriers and submarines. So it only makes sense that our volunteers who will build these homes from the shipyard get to take this technology into our community as well. It's exciting to see this kind of technology make a difference, not just in our business, but truly in our community. And what's really going to be transformative is once these structures are complete, that's when the most important transformation of all takes place. That's when 2 Newport News families get to move in and call that home, call these buildings, these structures homes, and they will be surrounded, they will be protected, they will be safe, and it will encompass their ability to share love and build memories for years and years to come. And we're very excited to be part of that. This was the goal of one of our shipbuilders who recently passed, named Matt McQuaid. Matt worked at Newport News Shipbuilding for 32 years as an outside machinist, and he was one of Newport News Shipbuilding's first volunteers for Habitat for Humanity. His craftsmanship and his love shaped every house that he was part of building for Habitat, every house that we supported. And I am honored to share that these houses will be built in memory of Matt for his loving and his giving spirit. He selflessly volunteered because he knew what would happen when a family was transformed by moving into a home of their own. And Matt's family, who's here, is a testament to that love and spirit. They're here with us today, and I'd like to recognize and thank you all, the McQuaid family, for being here today. There's nothing that can transform a community like the power of family, and I'm excited to see how these homes will take shape to continue to do that. I want to thank Habitat for Humanity, all of the sponsors, and all of the shipbuilders who are going to selflessly volunteer their time. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Kathy, Andrew, Mary. We love you. Mac Daddy, Big Mac, his favorite was husband, father, grandfather. So thank you so much. The co-sponsor in this home makes perfect sense to all of us. It's Bayport Credit Union. You can read about Bayport in your programs, but we are so honored that Jim Mears, CEO of Bayport, is here with us today to talk about Bayport. Thank you so much, Jim.
Well, thank you, Janet, and really thank Habitat, all the board and everybody that selflessly gives to the Habitat. We really appreciate that. And on behalf of the Bayport Board of Directors, our 480 team members, and over 150,000 members of Bayport, we're just proud to partner with the Habitat and the shipyard and live out the credit union philosophy of people helping people, because that's what credit unions do. We're here in the community. We give back to our community any way we can. And how fitting is it that Bayport and the shipyard are partnering when back in 1928 a bunch of shipyard workers got together to form Newport News Shipbuilding Employees Credit Union. That is still our official name. We're just trading as Bayport Credit Union because we want to do so much more things in the community. And this is just another example of how proud we are to do this in our community and proud to partner with the Habitat and the shipyard. So thank you very much. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much. And Denise McRoberts from Bayport, thank you. She's on our board of directors. I appreciate that. While we have had wonderful sponsors, Newport News Shipbuilding, Bayport Credit Union, and the in-kind sponsors, we are still trying to raise money for we kind of have half of both houses funded. So in your program, you'll see a QR code, and if you go to that, Ann will be sending out more information to do some team fundraising, some other events, but we really would love everybody's support, and you'll be hearing more about that shortly. It is truly my pleasure now to introduce you to what I consider the first visionary that I have met. Zach Mannheimer is the founder and CEO of Alquist, a 3D printing construction company who has created this cutting technology with Black Buffalo to help us print more affordable homes nationwide. I am so honored to see him in person, because usually it's on those little Zoom calls. And the last time we were together, it was cold on December 21st, finishing the house in Williamsburg. I know someone had mentioned Vaughn Pauler is here and April Stringfield, the homeowner. So we literally couldn't have done that without you. Thank you. Zach, if you will come on up and talk about your vision for Alquist and these two homes.
Good morning. Well, you're right about the weather. This worked out really well. I hear that you're responsible for that. I'll take it. So let's do that again next time. This is perfect weather to be printing in. So I'm Zach Mannheimer. I'm founder and CEO of Alquist 3D. And as long as we live in a society where wealth generation is based upon home ownership, we have to fix the gigantic problem that plagues us throughout the country. And that's precisely why we started Alquist 3D. I'm a community planner, and our whole team are community planners. We've been doing this for over 10 years all over the country. But housing is the #1 problem that we find in every single community, regardless of geography or size. And we've been searching for solutions for how to drop the cost for years. I discovered 3D printing about 7 years ago, got obsessed with it, learned everything I could about it, and is fortunate enough to end up working with a wonderful company like Black Buffalo, and we have Peter Cooperman here from Black Buffalo. They are the group that built the machine that's laying across the street right now. It looks like a bunch of parts, which is what it is today, but in a few weeks it's going to be erect here, and we're going to be printing 2 homes. And the cause and mission for what we're doing, I couldn't think of a better group to partner with than Habitat for Humanity. Our missions are not just aligned, but incredibly complementary for how we can work together. This is why we are so pleased to be here again to do 2 more 3D printed homes with Habitat for Humanity here in Virginia, and Virginia is really leading the way in 3D printing and innovation. 3D printing is not just about creating the home. This is a brand new industry that's being created right now in front of us. Everything that's happening, we are learning. And when I say we are printing the home, it's actually being printed by that man back there in the sunglasses who's waving. That's Ayman Hussein. He's our lead print operator. He'll be joined by our materials director, Aaron Hackett, building this with a lot of help, as well as our partners from Texas called R Squared. There's going to be so many people helping to put this together. But at the base, this has to be about proper housing. And somebody mentioned, what is affordable housing? How do you define that? We don't say that. We just say appropriate housing, or just housing. Housing is essential. It is a human right. It is why we believe in everything that we're doing. And in terms of the 3D technology, April, who lives in the 3D home in Williamsburg with her son, she mentioned something to me right before we got started about the storms last week and how she felt safe in her 3D home. And that's another benefit of the work that we're trying to do with this new industry. So the home that April lives in, we were able to print in 22 hours over a week and a half. It's printed layer after layer. I'm sure, how many people here have gone online and watched a video of 3D printing after you first heard about this? Yeah, just a few of you. So you basically know how it works. You're all qualified. We welcome you to come here and help us print this house out, please. So we'll be printing it using material that was created by Black Buffalo on MAPE, and we print it layer after layer, and we reinforce until we reach the top. After that, that's it. That's the only part of the house that's 3D printed, or the wall systems. Everything else in the home is built in 100% traditionally, like any other home would be. So this is not just an opportunity to help folks who need homes now. but also an educational opportunity. And that's something else we're going to be launching next year, is teaching this method. This industry is growing. We are proud to be a part of it. And I'm so thankful to Janet and Craig and the team at Habitat for Humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Z. All right, now it is time to dig dirt. And I want to let you know that everybody sitting up here has been a little hot because the sun is so. You've got a hard hat under your seat. We've got a shovel. Dave Volkar, if you'll come on up too. What we'd like is all the speakers to come on up. We're going to move this podium out of the way. Any cameras that you would like could come in right here, and we'll wait for all the cameras to get in place. Thank you.